What's up guys, it's Khoa here. In this video I'm going to be sharing with you a topic that's very dear to me, and it's called don't waste time. So if you really want to learn how to get more out of the day, this video is for you, so check it out. So I never really understood the value of time. So what I did was I used to think that time management was for people who are very, very boring, anally retentive, people who are very, just really stuck up, and it just wasn't for me, right? So time management is just something that I just didn't really care about. And time management, it's not really fun. Who wants to be restricted to managing your time and to do all these type of things? It's just too much, right? And I always used to think it's really boring because time management seems like it's too structured. You have to, I'm going to be here for like 30 minutes and then I'm going to have to be there for 60 minutes. It just seems very boring and too structured, and you just don't have that zest for life, and you're just not really free, right? So, and I value my freedom and independence. So I've always had that philosophy of time management, always had that belief of time management, is that it's boring, it's not fun, and it's for people who are really, too structured and just have no zest for life. So I never really got into time management. So as a result of that, I used to waste a lot of time. I didn't manage my time well, so what I did was I went out there and I had lots of fun, right? So I was hanging out with friends, went out to the pub, hanging out with friends, went to parties, went to clubs, a lot of fun, wasted a lot of time. So what I did was I played a lot of Xbox, PlayStation, watched a lot of movies, and just really just mucking around. There was no time that I spent reading books, improving myself, my health, or whatever. I just didn't care about those type of things. I just wanted to have fun. As a result of that, I actually wasted a lot of time. So in my early 20s, mid 20s, all the way to I think early 30s, I wasted a lot of time. So I went out and I had a lot of fun. I traveled the world, which is really great. But the thing is, I had a lot of fun, but I didn't really spend too much time on improving myself. I didn't really spend any time on improving my skills. As a result of this, I actually paid the price. So over the years, I noticed that I started looking at what other people were doing, and I noticed that, but they were doing a lot more amazing things. They were going out buying properties. They were already climbing the ladder, corporate ladder. They were making money. And what was I doing? I was just going out, clubbing, and even during the week, I was just going out clubbing. I know, usually it's made for, the weekends, but you can still go clubbing on a Tuesday. And so that's what I did. And I realized that other people are really getting ahead in life, but what about me? I'm not really getting ahead in life. So that was one of the things that I realized, was that a lot of people were getting ahead, and I wasn't getting ahead. I was just seemed to be the cool guy, just going out there and just having fun. And when I saw that on social media, I saw a lot of people going out there having fun. I started to feel this regret. This little bit of regret started to creep in. I started thinking, like, they're out there, they're buying properties, they look like they're improving their lives. They're not going out there having so much fun. I mean, they're spending time with friends and stuff, but then they really look like they got their life worked out. And I started feeling this regret that, I actually wasted a lot of years of my life. Like, what did I accomplish over these years? Like, what did I do? The only thing I can think of is just places I went and saw, clubs that I went to, pubs I went to. Had good times with friends, but I didn't really get really far ahead. I still had a huge HECS debt, which is my student loan debt. Didn't have any properties. I didn't have any savings. I was always broke. And it just wasn't. I wasn't getting anywhere in life, and meanwhile other people seem to be getting their lives ahead, right? So that's what really made me really frustrated, and I started feeling that regret that I did started wasting my life. So it doesn't stop there. It actually goes even deeper. What happened was I started to neglect a lot of bills. So I was so focused on clubbing, going out there, having fun. There was bills that were piling up, and I ignored those bills because I don't know why. I just hid underneath a rock. I just didn't want to look at those bills, and I just said, nah, don't worry, I'll sort it out later. Don't worry about it. I don't care. I didn't have a job. I didn't have any income. I was just living off my savings, and I was going out having fun, and bills were just stacking up until one day, my dad, he gave me the real talk. He said some things that really changed the way I thought, and he gave me the tough love lecture that I was on the wrong path. And being an Asian, you have to please your parents, but to be seen as the dark horse of the family, or to be seen as you're going off your way, and for your dad to look at you like that, he's not proud of you. It's really, it's a painful thing to experience. He gave me all the bills that I had to pay, and I just looked at it thinking, I don't have any money to pay these bills. And I saw this letter that was given to me, and it looks like that I had 30 days to pay the mortgage on my house that I had, that I was renting out. And if I didn't have 30 days to pay for it, then I'll lose the house. And that scared the living crap out of me. So that was my turning point, was that I was 30 days away from losing my house, but I didn't have any money, and I was broke. And I realized that, the people that I was hanging out with, like, they were still on Facebook, they were still on Instagram, going out there having fun. But yeah, like, I'm sitting here experiencing all this pain and frustration, and they're not calling me up to help me. None of them are helping me. They're still going out there and drinking and having a good time. But what am I doing? I'm trying to fix my life, but they're not trying to fix my life. They just want to hang out with me for fun. But I'm going through a problem, but they're not really helping me or anything. They don't care. So then I realized that they're fake. All those people were fake. And that was the big thing that I realized, was that I wasted a lot of time with the wrong people doing the wrong things. So then at that point was my turning point. I started to take time management really seriously. Yeah, so I realized that I spent my time, I wasted the years of my life, and I started to think about, how can I be more productive? I didn't have any knowledge, didn't have any experience. When I went out there, got some books, got some courses, read a lot of books on time management, took a lot of courses, attended seminars. The speech that really changed me was Darren Hardy. He said that he went through the same thing. He was going through a lot of problems as well. And he said that someone told him, like this really wealthy person told him, that the secret to his success was time management and productivity. And in this course, it will teach you how to become more productive. And obviously the same techniques are in books that you can find anywhere. Like, that is the importance of time management, is that if you learn how to manage your time correctly, then you can have pretty much anything you want in life. You can have the car, you can have the job, you can have the wife, the life, whatever it is. And that's only if you know how to manage your time wisely. And what are they talking about? They're talking about investing your time and money into improving your skills, into building your career, into building your health, working on your health, working on your relationships, working on your future. All these things requires time and time management as well. So yeah, I was reading a lot of books, I was watching YouTube videos, I was taking a lot of courses, going to a lot of seminars, and I just started taking time management really seriously. Fast forward about 2 years later, around 2 years, what I was doing was I was spending every free time that I had reading books. I was studying now. I wasn't going out partying anymore. I was saving money. Every time I went out, I got a new job, and every time I got paid, I put away money, right? But I didn't go out there and spend it all on drinks and having a good time. And instead, I would spend a bit of that money reading books, buying books and reading them. I'll buy courses, read that, I go through those courses. And that's all I did. Went to my job, saved my money, didn't go out or anything, and I studied. That's all I did. And then I also started building things like on the side, such as building a blog site. I started, and fast forward years later, and I realized that I had more money in my bank account than I used to have. All that money I spent when I was just partying and stuff, I spent all my money. But I got it all back and double what I had. So, and also I had enough to buy another property. I was now traveling again. I could now travel again. I had enough money to travel again. I had a higher paying job that was making me 6 figures. And yeah, my student loans was nearly paid off as well. There was all these things that happened, and I was also losing weight as well. After years of doing this, I started to notice that I was accomplishing a lot more. So I was launching online projects. I've written about 12 books. I've published about 1,000 articles. I've uploaded about 300 videos so far. I've got subscribers. I've got building up my bank account as well, properties, all these things. It's just really amazing on how time management can really change your life. It won't change your life straight away, but if you compound all this time management, all this hard work of investing in yourself, learning, growing, just becoming a better person, it does pay off. I guarantee it. Okay. So what did I do? So I started working out more. So obviously I started going to the gym more. I went to the gym, I started working out, doing my weights, and also there were times when I did Insanity. So Insanity is a home workout system where you go out and just do all these burpees and stuff. It's all home workout. It's really cool, by Sean T. And I started doing the weights at the gym, kept it up, and I felt better. I started losing weight, felt better, looked better, and had more energy, and it was even more productive as well. So that was really, really good. And then eventually I started publishing books. I had a blog site, I was writing articles, started a YouTube channel, podcast, meeting all these people around the world, and And yeah, I had this extra time to work on my passion projects, which is doing videos like this, writing articles, writing books, and just creating content. I love creating content. It's just my thing. I just love to do. I started accomplishing a lot of things, and I started getting ahead in life. So years later down the track, I'm looking back and I'm looking at the people that I used to hang out with. What they're doing, they're still clubbing, but they're still broke. They're still having problems. And for me, I've like just completely changed my trajectory like crazy, doing all these big things. Like, and you know, I'm not saying to be bad, but like the people that I used to hang out with, they're having a lot of issues, still having issues. And I'm so thankful for time management, just to be able to recognize that if you manage your time correctly, then you can get ahead in life. So the thing with time management is that it feels kind of weird, right? Because it feels like you're rushing around quite a bit. You're running around, okay, I've got 30 minutes to do this, I've got 60 minutes to do this. And that's essentially what time management is about. You're allocating time to do the things that's most important to you. And it does feel kind of weird because you really do, every day you do feel like you're rushing around, because as soon as I wake up, I try and get out of bed straight away. I go to the bathroom, I get changed, and I go straight to the gym. And then I get changed, I go to work, and then, do my work, come home, have dinner, play with the dogs, be with my wife, and then get back to work, and then repeat. That's pretty much what I do, but it's very, very rushed. But yeah, like that's the thing, is that that's the price that you pay for time management and being busy. Because time management, you're going to be very busy doing all these different things. You're going to be busy chasing after your passions. You're going to be busy creating your dreams. You're going to be busy doing all these things. And as you go on this journey of time management and getting better and not wasting your time, what happens is that your life is actually going to get better. You're going to be posting these amazing experiences on your Facebook, and people that you used to hang out with, they're going to be criticizing you, and you're going to start getting a lot of haters. I lost so many friends over this, and unfortunately, this is the dark side of I won't say success, but this is the dark side of time management. As when you not waste your time, when you not waste your life, and you're doing things that's meaningful to you, you start getting ahead. People will see that, they start making comments and they start judging you, and then they start dropping all these comments into your feed, and it's really hurtful, and they don't want to hang out with you, they unfriend you, and all these things. I've lost so many friends, and there's a lot of haters online as well. So, and that's what's going to happen. And the thing is, you're also going to feel overwhelmed, because you're going to be doing all these things, you've got all these ideas, all these projects that you're trying to work on, and you're going to feel overwhelmed. And don't worry, that's really, really normal. So don't stress, just keep working away, keep managing your time, and you'll get there. So my routine now is, what I do is I keep it really, really simple. So what I do is I wake up, I go to the gym, and I work out, I do my cardio, I do my weights, and eventually I hit the sauna, and then I get changed, I drive to work, and I listen to a podcast that is improving my sales skills. I do my work, I do really good work in terms of sales and lead generation. Drive home, I study as well, and then I get home, have dinner, and then I go straight to do some more passion projects. So that's all I do. I do that every single day. So that's how I was able to lose weight, and also to create all these passion projects as well. Another tip I would like to say is that you want to focus on the few. So you can be really busy with all these different things. There's all these things that you want to do, and that's the thing, but you want to sort of like pick the few that really matters the most. So try and pick maybe about 3 main things that you want to achieve at the end of the year. You want to achieve only 3 things at the end of the year, and what would those 3 things be? And just stick to that. Everything else is really just secondary. So pick those 3 things that you really want to achieve, and just focus every single day on those 3 things, and that's it. Just keep it really, really simple. If you have too many projects, it's just going to kill everything, because you're going to be doing this, you're going to be doing this, you're going to be doing all these things, and it's going to kill your main priorities. So just fixate yourself on just the top 3 things that you really want to accomplish by the end of the year, and just focus on just that. So for me, I feel really great. I'm able to accomplish more. I'm earning more. Life is a lot better as well, because I'm not wasting my time. I'm investing my time into doing things that really matter the most. So the thing is, looking back, is that life is a lot better when you learn how to manage your time, and you're not wasting your life away by doing just crappy things. It's really just a feedback mechanism, because when you get things done in your life, there's an interesting study with this, because when you do things, when you tick them off the list, what happens is that a dopamine just triggers in your brain. So it's like equivalent to I don't know how to call it, but like it's a dopamine like shot into your brain. So when you tick something off the list, it feels really good, and it becomes addictive because you want to do more things, you want to accomplish more things. Time management and being productive, and you're not wasting your life, is that, you know, it's a feedback mechanism. It becomes addictive because you're achieving so many things. So yeah, but you know, that's a side effect of productivity. So in this part, I want to share with you how I stay committed in time management. So number one is you really need to understand the importance of time management and to be very committed. And just in order to, if you understand this, then you're not just not going to waste your life anymore. Because one thing I've learned is that you got to be committed. Commitment is everything. You can't do this. You can't get the most out of your life if you're not committed. You got to be 100% committed into this, and you got to feel a bit of pain as well. Because if you don't maximize your life, if you don't get the most out of your life, then you're gonna feel, you know, you're gonna feel this pain that you've wasted your life. And I'm a person that I go through the pain. If I feel that pain, then I'm going to change. Other people, they move towards that pleasure. If they feel that they're going to get pleasure out of this thing, then they'll move towards it. That's what motivates them. But what motivates me is pain. And so you got to figure out what's going to affect you. What's going to be your driving point? Is it going to be pain or pleasure? And you got to be committed. What is it that's going to trigger you to be committed towards time management and not to waste your life? So commitment is the number one thing. Another trick that I do is number two is how much time do you have left? So what I do is I think about regret. You know, when you fast forward at the end of your life, you're about to pass away. Looking back, are you going to regret the things that you're doing right now? Are you going to be thinking about the things that you're doing right now? Is this going to be regretful? And if the answer is yes, then don't do it. So if you're going to regret this decision that you're going to make, like let's say you're going to be in a job for the next year that you absolutely hate, are you going to regret this? If your older self says yes, don't do it. Get out, man. So that's what I did. You know, I got out of like these shitty situations, these crappy situations at work where there were bullies, they were just crap, toxic environments, and they were paying over six figures. And I quit jobs because I just don't want to be in that situation. I don't want to waste my life in those situations. And I got out of them, and I'm in better situations now. So regret is a very, very powerful thing that if you can harness it, then it's going to get you out of those ugly situations and not waste your life. Another one is the rule of 72. People tend to live to 72 years old. Work out what your age is, and then 72, take away your current age, and you'll find out how many years you've got approximately to live left. And that's a bit scary to think about, but it is kind of true. You don't know when you're going to pass away. No one knows, but that is a rough estimate. And that's what really drives me, is knowing that that's how much time I've got left if I make it to 72. And I better get off my ass and do something with my life. And therefore, it's really important to always remember that your time is limited. You don't have much time left. And if you try and boil down how many weeks you have left, it's actually really, really scary, because as you know, there's 52 weeks in a year, and 52 times about how many years you have left, that's only how many years you've got left. You want to look at how many months you've got left, how many months you've got in a year. How many months multiplied by how many years you got left, that's how many months you got left to live. And it's really scary. So work out the numbers, and it's enough to kick you in the butt to just get moving and just to do something with your life, okay? So that's it. Another really amazing concept that I learned was how 10 years flashes before your eyes, because what were you doing 10 years ago? Rewind back to your life 10 years ago. What were you doing 10 years ago? Think about what were you doing? What were you stressing about? You're probably not stressing about it now. It was 10 years ago. And think about how fast that 10 years went. 10 years ago. It went by in a blink of an eye, didn't it? Now, how many blinks does it have to be in order for your life to be over? So if 10 years goes by in a blink of an eye, a few more blinks and then that's it. So I've always remembered that analogy. And you might think 10 years is a long time. Technically it is, but how fast did 10 years go by? And it's kind of scary, it goes by real quick and you don't realize it. But if you're just wasting your time doing all these crappy things, then you're wasting your life. So try and maximize as much as you can every single day. All right, get the most out of every single day. So another trick that I do is I always draw a timeline. This has been my most favorite technique of all, whenever I'm going through a problem, when I'm going through a really frustrating moment at work, whatever it is, I draw a timeline. I take out a piece of paper, I draw a timeline. So I draw a line down the middle and I mark it about 7. So I've got about 7, right? 7 marks down the line there, and I mark it from 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So each of those represents each decade, and you want to find out where you are in that decade. So I'm in exactly at the 40 range, so that's about half my life that I've already used up. The other half is unused, and that's how much time I've got left. Whatever you're going through right now, think about it. If you want to start that business, you're going to need time to start that business. You're going to need time to grow it. You're going to need time to make it successful. So if you're not doing your business now, might as well start it now and try and grow it now. How much time do you need? If you need to start a family, how much time do you need to grow that family? If you need to build property portfolio, how much time do you need to do it? Do it now, do it now, do it now. And so that's what I've always learned, is that you need to draw a timeline down the middle and work out where you are on the timeline and how much time you have left. And once you've got that down, then that's it. It's going to kick you up the butt, and it's going to keep you motivated like anything. It's crazy. So another trick that I do is I also whenever I drive past a graveyard, where I work, there's actually a graveyard near where I work, and whenever I drive past, I always look at the graveyard and look at all those people who've died, and may they rest in peace, obviously. And the thing is, imagine if whatever problems that you're having right now, I guarantee you that those people who are dead in those graveyards, they would do anything to have the problems that you currently have, to be alive and just to be living. Even if you're going through a really rough time, it's a lot better to be dead, right? So that's the thing, is no matter what problems you're going through, there is always someone in the world who would love to trade places with you, obviously, live or dead. So that's the thing. Always keep that in perspective, is that the problems that you might have right now, it might seem like the worst problems that you can ever have in the entire world, but the thing is, your problems is really, really small, compared to other things that's happening. So always remember that, is that there's people in the graveyard who would be delighted to trade places with you. They would love for you. Like, would you want to trade places with them? Hell no. So don't worry about the problems that you're having. Just keep going forward, okay? Another trick that I learned was from the book 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. There was a chapter where he talks about the eulogy. So imagine that you're walking down a church, right? And you see a coffin up there. You walk up to the coffin, you open it up, and it's you. And then you look to the side and you see a piece of paper. It's actually your eulogy. What is going to be written in your eulogy? What is it that the story, the speech, it's going to define your life? What is it? If you can write down your eulogy, you're going to be crying obviously through this exercise, but if you write down your eulogy, that's exactly what you need to be doing every single day. So I understand if you're going out, if you're just paying the bills, I get that. I know your purpose is whatever it is on that eulogy. You want to try and live as close as possible to whatever it is that you wrote down in that eulogy. So that's a really morbid type of thing that you can experience or play out in your mind, but it does work. Try and think about that. That is the end goal. What is it that you want to achieve in your life according to that eulogy? Another one is I think I already mentioned this before, but looking back when you're old. So if you're sitting on a porch, you're sitting on a rocking chair, you're looking back over your life, what is it that you regret the most? Do you think you're going to regret this experience? Does this thing matter when you're old? So what really does matter in your life? Are you really going to say that I wish I was at work longer? I wish I was in the office longer? No, no one ever says that. But they do say, I wish I had more stronger, intimate relationships. I wish I didn't break up with that person. I wish that I was more kinder to my parents. I wish that I started that business. I wish I did this. All these things, right? And always use that as a guiding point to when you're making your decisions, because if you're lying there on the couch just wasting your weekend, is that older person going to be regretting that decision? I don't think so. That older person is probably going to say, you should be doing more with your life. Why don't you try and write that book, or paint that painting, or plan that next holiday, whatever it is, that thing that you've always wanted to do. Think about that, and try and use every single minute of your life to try and move towards that eulogy, towards that life that you've always dreamed about. I also recommend, there's a really good book, Five Regrets of the Dying, by Bronnie Ware, and it's a really amazing book. So Bronnie Ware is an author. She works in a palliative care, and she was always around a lot of people who were sick and dying. And before, when people died, what she did was she collected all the accounts of all their regrets in their life, and it came down to the top 5 regrets of the dying, and I highly recommend for you to go and check it out. Another key point I'd like to say is that you can always get your money back, but you can never get your time back. So let's say that you do something stupid, you lose a bit of money. Don't stress too much, because the thing is that money, you can always get it back somehow. Don't worry about it. You can always get it back, but time, you can never ever get it back. No matter what you do in life, you can never get your life back. So let's say you lost $1,000. Okay, fine, it stings and everything, but what can you do to get that $1,000 back? You can go sell something. You can go sell like an object in the garage, whatever it is. Just post something in Gumtree, get that money back. But the time that you waste over the weekends, after work, or whatever it is, just doing nothing, that time you waste, you can never ever get it back. You can be really rich right at the end of your life, but you can never get your life back. Unfortunately, you can't do that. And everyone is given the same amount of time, or well, not everyone is given the same amount of time, but everyone is given the same amount of time per day, 24 hours, and that's all you have. And you can never get your time back, but you can always get your money back. So don't stress too much if you lose money, and always be confident that there is a way you'll be able to get the money back if you lose something. So in conclusion, I like to say that, I just really want you to take these ideas and concepts and really embody them into your life, because life really is truly short. We don't have much time, and it goes by so quickly. And you need time for anything, anything in your life. If you want to build a life of your dreams, it requires time. If you want to build a great, happy marriage, requires time. If you want to build that business, requires time. If you want to work out, lose weight, requires time. Everything requires time. You need to protect your time at all costs. You need to watch out for time vampires. People, as you get better, as you become more productive, as you upskill yourself, achieve more bigger goals, you're going to become more successful, and people are going to come to you and try and get more of your time. And you got to watch out for that, unfortunately. And Seneca said something really amazing. He said that, we're really greedy when it comes to giving away, when holding money, but we're so generous when it comes to giving away time. We should be greedy with our time, and we should have no apologies for being greedy with our time. And no is a really amazing word, because no means that you decline something that could lead down to all these issues. And I'm still making the mistakes. Last year in about November, I was doing something I had a friend. My friend was at the wedding. He did the music and stuff. And he asked me to build his website. I said, fine. Now it's been nearly 5 months working on the website, and I wish I just said no. Even though he did help me out the wedding, I wish I said no, because I would have bypassed the entire 5 months of just all that crap that I did for this website. And yeah, that's the thing. If you say no, you're saying no to all that time wasted, and you can divert all the extra time into your projects. So that being said, I really want to say that just do not waste your life. Just recognize that time is really short, life is really short. Invest as much time as possible just building your life on your dreams. Just get out there, just do it. Don't worry about anything. Don't have any fear, okay? Because you can always pick yourself back up and just slowly build yourself back up. Don't fear anything. And you can't control anything. You can't control life. Life happens. You don't know how long you've got on this time. You don't know how much time you got left on this life. And you should do everything. Every single day should be maximized to its utmost potential. Just focus as much time as possible just building your life of your dreams, okay? So that being said, I really want to thank you for watching this video. If you like this content, please share it, like and subscribe. And I wish you guys all the best. Make your life as the best you can, as much as possible. Just maximize it as much as possible, and don't waste your life. So thank you very much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.